Khalil Mack or Von Miller? Seems like an age-old question, but what's the answer? What pass rusher do you want on your team, and why? You guys can let me know your answer, but I have an answer for you guys. Alright guys, I know it seems like a pretty simple question, but it's not a simple answer, so I'll attempt to give you guys a complete view of both these players from as many angles as I can. So let's get started with the most basic, meaningful stat for a pass rusher, the sack. And because Von Miller has played multiple more seasons than Khalil Mack, let's do an average per season. Khalil Mack has averaged exactly 10 sacks per season, and Von actually has averaged 11 3/4. And something interesting I've found is Von Miller and Khalil Mack are both not top performers in strength. Miller put up 21 reps at the NFL Combine and Mack 23 at the bench. But what about turnovers? Which player is better at strip sacks, interceptions, forced fumbles? Well, let's get started on that with forced fumbles, which Mack has 23 and Von has 25. But again, 2 more years playing in the NFL, so it seems like Mack has the edge. Just a slight edge though. And the same with passes defended. Mack seems to have the edge because he has 22 and Miller is 21, but Miller has played 2 more years in the NFL. So Miller wins in sack, but Mack wins in big plays. So it seems like they're quite tied up. So what about All-Pro and Pro Bowl appearances? We'll both have 3 All-Pros, but Miller has 2 extra years and also 2 extra Pro Bowls. So kind of a toss-up at this point. But the other thing that could be a factor is quarterback hits. And here's where Von Miller pulls ahead. Mack has 133 in his career, and Von Miller has 216. So even though he's played 2 more years, that's still significantly more, almost double. And here's the deciding factor for me, guys. Even though Von Miller has played 2 more years than Mack, he only has 300 more defensive snaps, which really decides it for me, because all of their stats seem to be very similar except for one category, sacks. And Von has 35 more than Mack in only about 6 games worth of snaps, more than Khalil Mack. So unless Khalil Mack can get 35 sacks in 6 games, I have to say I would take Miller. Because of this, and the fact that when Von Miller has played in the postseason, he's been a complete beast and a huge factor in their Super Bowl run and victory, and is a Super Bowl MVP. And to put the cherry on top, Von Miller has 100 more fantasy points that he scored for his defense over his career than Khalil Mack. So I'll take Miller, and I'm not saying Miller is 100% out of 100% better than Mack. Both are incredible players, and I'd gladly take either of them on my team. But because of these reasons, I have to take Von. Both have had a lot of help on the defense, so they get a lot of one-on-ones, but Von has just made the best out of those chances. Well, let me know who you think is a better pass rusher. But other than that, hitting the like is awesome. Subscribing for weekly NFL content is awesome. And I will catch you guys in the next upload. Until next time.